Prologue. The Gem of the Gods, the Golden Age of Egypt. A time when pharaohs ruled with divine authority, their wealth measured in gold, jewels, and endless treasures. The people of Egypt adorned themselves in opulent ornaments, competing in a silent war of status and beauty. But despite their riches, there was one thing that remained beyond reach, a rare, mystical gemstone said to hold the power of the gods. The Nagamani, a stone of legend, said to form on the head of a cobra that lived for 100 years. It was whispered that the Nagamani could heal any disease, grant immortality, and unlock the secrets of the universe. For centuries, it was believed to be a myth, a tale spoken only in hushed tones, until one fateful evening, it was presented before the pharaoh himself. The forbidden treasure, the grand palace of Thebes, was illuminated with the flickering glow of 1,000 torches. The marble pillars, adorned with hieroglyphs of gods and warriors, stretched toward the heavens as if in silent prayer. Pharaoh Nebkhare V, ruler of Egypt, sat upon his golden throne, watching as a mysterious young man was brought before him. The man, tanned, muscular, with piercing black eyes, held a small velvet pouch. His hands trembled slightly as he untied it. And then he revealed the impossible, a brilliant green gemstone. It shimmered unnaturally, as if a fire burned within. The moment it was exposed, the torches in the hall flickered violently, and the air grew strangely cold. Gasps filled the throne room. The pharaoh leaned forward, his golden crown glinting under the torchlight. "Is this?" His voice, once filled with absolute authority, now carried a trace of disbelief. The young man smirked. "It is exactly what you think it is, my king." The royal court erupted in whispers. "A Nāgamani, it exists? The power of the gods." Pharaoh Nebkhare's greedy gaze remained locked on the gem. He turned to the young man. "Name your price. I will give you anything." But the young man's expression darkened. "I cannot sell it, my king." Silence. The pharaoh's smile vanished. "You dare refuse me?" His voice was dangerously low. The court fell deathly silent. The young man breathed deeply before speaking again. "I cannot give this to you, but..." He glanced at the soldiers who had already moved to seize him. "I can tell you where to find more." The pharaoh's eyes gleamed with greed. "And what do you ask for in return?" "Freedom. Once I tell you, you will let me go." The pharaoh hesitated for only a moment. His hunger for the Nagamani overpowered his pride. "Tell me." The young man smiled darkly. "There is a temple, hidden deep in the desert. The temple of the serpent god. Beneath it lies an underground lair where these stones are born." He stepped closer, lowering his voice. "But beware, Pharaoh. The Nagamani is not a mere gem. It is alive. It chooses its owner, those who seek it with greed." He paused, his eyes filled with something Pharaoh Nebkhare couldn't quite place. "Fear. They do not return." The pharaoh laughed coldly. "You think your myths can scare me? I'm a god on earth. No legend can stand against my might." He waved a hand. "Guards, release him. He has fulfilled his bargain." The young man bowed, but before leaving, he whispered something under his breath. A single sentence. "May the gods have mercy on you, Pharaoh." And with that, he vanished into the night. The journey into the cursed land. The next morning, the pharaoh assembled his strongest warriors, the greatest generals, and his most trusted priests. They set out into the desert, guided by the clues left by the mysterious man. For 3 days and 3 nights, they rode through the endless dunes, the sun burning their flesh, the nights chilling them to the bone. And then, on the 4th day, they saw it. A ruined temple, half buried in the sand. Hieroglyphs of snakes covered its entrance, their eyes hollow, as if watching them approach. The high priest stepped forward, his hands trembling as he touched the ancient carvings. "This place," his voice wavered, "is not meant to be disturbed." But the pharaoh ignored him. "Break the entrance. Now." His soldiers obeyed, hacking away at the stone door. and as soon as it cracked open, the ground trembled. A deep, hissing sound echoed from within. Something was awake. The temple of the serpent god, the Pharaoh, led his army inside. Torches flickered against the ancient walls, revealing massive serpent statues, their fangs bared, their eyes glowing faintly. As they moved deeper, they reached a cavernous chamber, and what lay before them made their breath catch. A pile of jewels and gold, but most importantly, dozens of Nāgamanis, glowing like captured moonlight. The Pharaoh's eyes gleamed with triumph. Take them all. The soldiers rushed forward, greedily grabbing at the stones. But the moment the first soldier touched a Nagamani, a deafening roar erupted through the temple. The torches snuffed out, plunging them into darkness. Then, a sound unlike anything they had ever heard. A low, rumbling hiss that vibrated through the walls. Something was moving. Something massive. The high priest screamed, "Stop! Leave the gemstones. This is sacrilege." But was too late. From the depths of the chamber, a colossal shadow emerged. A serpent, a creature larger than any beast of earth, its eyes burning like twin emeralds, its scales shimmering like molten gold. It was no ordinary snake. It was a guardian, a god. The soldiers froze in terror. And then, the slaughter began. The curse of a Nagamani, the serpent struck with lightning speed, its fangs piercing armor like paper. Soldiers screamed, their bodies twisting as the venom turned them into stone. Some tried to run, but the temple walls closed in, sealing off all exits. The Pharaoh watched in horror, realization dawning too late. "We must escape," he roared. But there was no escape. One by one, his entire army fell, until only he remained. The serpent loomed over him, its gaze piercing his soul. And then it spoke. "Greed has sealed your fate, Pharaoh. You sought what was never yours to take." The creature opened its mouth and swallowed the Pharaoh whole. Epilogue. The vanishing army days later, when messengers were sent to find the Pharaoh's army. None returned. The temple was never seen again, swallowed by the desert as if it had never existed. And the Nāgamani? It remains lost to this day, waiting for the next fool to seek it.